What's going on? It's your boy Zay Custis, Harpentry TV, and I'm back with another one. And today we're going to be talking about the Darkside OnlyFans. Social media influencer and model Mercedes Moore was found dead in Richmond, Texas home. According to Fort Bend County Medical Examiner, Moore, real name Janae Gagner, died of strangulation and traumatic concussion. Also found within her residence was a body of a man later identified as 34-year-old Kevin Alexander Alcoroto, probably butchered that name, whose death was confirmed via suicide by multiple sharp force trauma. While a motive is still being investigated, it's presumed that the two did not know each other personally. And this is an angle people really don't paint. With the whole Ruby Rose thing being exposed and her having a super fan who's very stalkerish, and I'll be posting the messages. I want to speak on that topic. This is an angle they really don't talk to you about. So Team Stokely, OnlyFans was founded in 2016 by father and son team guy Tim Stokely. They sold the company to Ukraine-American entrepreneurs an estimated net worth of $2.1 billion, according to Forbes magazine. And see, the crazy part is when I first heard of OnlyFans arising in 2016, really it was like out of high school. I'm in class 2017, so 2018, 2019 is when I really started hearing about OnlyFans. And one thing they used to say is it was really for celebrities and their fans to connect. I think it was Cardi B who pushed that mantra at first. You know, no disrespect to Cardi. But that's not really what it was. That was never their incentive of OnlyFans. We see where it's going now. People essentially selling videos of themselves nude. And I don't have a problem with that. You know, you're an adult, you should be able to do what you want. But I feel like the pressuring of these companies to, you know, in the lying, the marketing, to make it seem like, you know, they're making this crazy amount of money on OnlyFans when that's not the truth. You know, Cardi B came out and said that the numbers are inflated. It's not the truth. They're not making as much as you think they're making. And they're just saying that to incentivize young girls and pressure young girls to go into this thinking they're going to make a quick bag when that's not the case. I had a homegirl who was about to, you know, create an OnlyFans. And this is a girl I went to school with and stuff like that. You know, she was a young mother. You know, baby daddy wasn't crap. Me and him have history and stuff like that. And I was trying to convince her not to do it. It's pointless. You don't have a fan base to make an OnlyFans. You're probably gonna touch like $20, $100, if that. Because once people see what you're working with and stuff like that, they're gonna screenshot it, show everybody else, and that's the end of you. You're not somebody who steadily has a fan base. People don't talk about how hard it is to grind up and muster a fan base. You got to consistently be posting content, link, and you're essentially, you know, fornicating with these random dudes who have a fan base, and you don't know what comes with that. You know how celebrities are already with these fan people who are popping on Instagram and stuff, and especially that OnlyFans space. They think they're more important than they actually are. And with that comes manipulation. With power comes influence. And with this influence, a lot of people don't know how to handle it. They use it wrong. And they're like, you're probably like, how do you know this? Case in point, I'm going to show you guys a video of Jenna Fox talking about her experience dealing with a fellow coworker and how they essentially, I don't want to use the R word. I don't want to use the R word. But he was doing some things that were very uncomfortable for him.
No, I had one girl.
Oh, with female.
And one guy.
Okay, and what was the reason? You don't have to say their name, but what was the reason that they had made your no checklist?
The guy, I felt he wasn't respecting my boundaries on set, and I felt like he basically set.
Oh, so he was ignoring your double tap and stuff like that?
My scratch and digging in his skin.
Oh,
he was like,
wow.
fuck that. I was like, oh, we're going there. So he's on my no list.
Was it a major production shoot?
Yeah.
And the director's there and they didn't...
The director literally said, well, if you can't take it, do you need me to cancel the scene? I was like, sir, I'm here because y'all get a check. If I cancel this scene last minute, none of y'all are walking out with a check. So I stayed and I was like, I want everyone to go home with a check.
What was the problem? He was too rough?
He was too rough, and the scene was a rough big, but he was just rough, and he wasn't respecting where I was like, you can't go too deep. Like, you can't hit my wall. You're going to make me vomit.
Right.
But he didn't care. And I was like, you can't fuck me that way because it hurts.
What position? Was it all positions?
I was doing a laying down position, which is like the worst position I've ever seen in my life because you can't see shit.
Wait, laying down on your stomach?
On my stomach.
Okay.
And I don't know why this is a position, but that's the one they chose for me to do. And he was just jabbing me in my and at one point I'm crying in the scene and you could see I'm crying.
How long ago did you shoot this?
Like 4 years ago.
And actually what Andrew Tate's going through right now in Romania is similar to this. He started a dating service and he used to pretend to be the girls on there and go on dates and essentially try to make them sugar babies to these rich men and finesse the regular guy. Because a lot of guys...
And an old dude would sit there and the old dude would say, what kind of guy do you like? And they'd say, oh, I don't know, someone in shape who's rich and young. And I'd be like, no. He's an old dude. You have to say, I'm tired of these young guys messing me around. I need an older guy who's ready to settle down. I don't care if he has money as long as he'll take care of me. Da-da. If he's a young guy, you say, I'm tired of these old guys perving on me. You need to sell the dream. So I'm training these girls. And it got to the point where it was easier if I just typed myself. So what we ended up doing was we had the two girls on camera with a keyboard, which wasn't plugged in, doing this. And then I was behind the screen talking to the dudes, saying the right things, and start dragging money out the internet.
They have a relationship with you, but what they don't understand is not real. There's not actually a person texting you. And my biggest thing is I wish they would disclose this to these people. I know it kind of kills the fantasy they have in their heads, but it would protect these workers. I know I'm long-winded, but Ruby Rose and the guy who's stalking her, I'm going to show you guys a video of this guy who clearly has an addiction and a problem, and he's not mentally there.
It's one of my favorite things to do is smoke cigars while I watch porno. Makes keep it luxurious.
Such as the guy who stalked Mercedes Moore. I'm not saying this is going to happen to Ruby Rose. I pray and I hope it doesn't happen to Ruby Rose. But we need to start creating preventative measures and doing things accordingly that will prevent, other girls and models from going through such situations. So those are my thoughts about the dark sides of OnlyFans and things that are not spoken upon. That's all I got to say. You guys have a good one. I'm out.